In TV commercials, you'll likely see pickup trucks pulling stumps, wrangling horses, and towing insurmountable loads. But what if you don't need all of those capabilities? What if you're just looking for something smaller and more economical? That's where the midsize and new crop of compact trucks come in. And today we're talking about the 2024 Honda Ridgeline Trailsport, a new off-road focused variant that will be showing up in dealerships this winter. Before we get into this sneak peek, do us a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons below to get all of our latest content and reviews. This second generation Honda Ridgeline was last redesigned in 2017, and it's based off the Honda Pilot SUV. Under the hood is a 3.5-liter V6 that produces 280 horsepower, and it's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive is standard on all models, and it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. This new Trailsport model is geared towards off-road adventures and receives all-terrain tires, an off-road tuned suspension that has just a little bit more articulation, and underbody skid plates. We had the opportunity to drive the next generation Honda Pilot Trailsport at the beginning of the year and came away reasonably impressed. And if this Ridgeline is anything like that, you should expect it to easily traverse moderate terrain. Now, it's not going to be as accomplished as a Jeep Gladiator or Ford Bronco, but for most shoppers, it should easily get them to their favorite camping spot or fishing hole. Now the question is that enough for you, or do you have dreams of rock crawling and bombing through the desert? Let us know in the comments below. What the Ridgeline may lack in ultimate off-road prowess, it makes up for with versatility. Around the back, we have this dual-hinge tailgate that now features a bold ridgeline that spans the width. Now you can drop the gate much like a regular pickup truck, or from the side if it's easier for where you're parked. The bed is 4 feet wide, which means you can slide in a sheet of plywood or drywall, and underneath there's a very handy in-bed trunk. It's lockable and washable, so you can fill it with ice and use it as a cooler when you're tailgating. Now, Honda also figured owners would enjoy a place to sit while they're enjoying a tasty beverage, so they also molded these little seats in here in the tailgate. It's one example of how Honda pays close attention to what shoppers need, and there are even more on the inside. The 2024 Ridgeline also gets several interior upgrades in regard to convenience and technology. A new partially digital instrument panel debuts, along with a new larger 9-inch infotainment touchscreen. It features this tiny little ledge here that gives you a place to rest your hand while you're using the screen. The system itself has been upgraded for quicker responses, and the navigation has been simplified for easier use while you're driving. Along with that, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now wireless. That plays well with the new center console that features twin phone trays with a wireless charging pad, though the wireless charging pad is only for one phone. This console is also larger than before and can now accommodate a full-size tablet in this armrest. As you can see, it also has much larger cup holders, so you can fit those large Nalgene bottles that those outdoorsy people seem to have all the time. Elsewhere in the Trailsport's cabin, you'll see these unique orange accents and badging that really set it apart from other Ridgelines. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same interior as last year, including the trick rear seats, so let's check those out. If you have a bulky object that you'd prefer not to transport in the bed, these rear seat cushions flip up, and they provide a tall cargo area that you can lock, and it's very secure. That means you won't have to leave your hyper-expensive mountain bike in the bed to get swiped while you run into the store. And these standard all-season floor mats will ensure that the interior stays nice after years of heavy use. Altogether, this Trailsport is a great addition to the Ridgeline lineup, as it allows owners to access some areas that they couldn't before. Like I said, it's not a hardcore off-roader. It doesn't have the ground clearance or articulation or a dual-speed transfer case that some of the other all-terrain vehicles have. What it does have, however, is a better on-road ride and driving dynamics that are more in line with SUVs. Prices start right around $40,000 and climb to about $48,000 for the top black edition. It's a fair bet that this Trailsport will ring in at the high end of pricing. Considering that the Honda Pilot was redesigned last year, I was half expecting the two-row Passport and the Ridgeline to get the same treatment for 2024. It seems likely that we'll get a next generation rework for 2025 or 2026, which leads me to the question of, do you wait for the new one, or do you pull the trigger on one of the existing Ridgelines? Let us know what you do in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe below, and we'll see you next time in the next review.